Okay. Hey guys. Welcome in. Come on in. Just wanted to do a quick check-in. And I started this whole thing and I was talking to you guys and I set up my stones. I lit my candle. And then I got a delivery and the dog was barking and I forgot my water. Happy Tuesday also. Welcome in. Okay. Hi. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Post eclipse portal. And can we ever say that? Honestly, I feel like the eclipse portals, they ripple out. Oh, I had even said 101 on the clock. Child, it's all right though. We're going to write down 101. I don't know why I feel led to draw like a Nazar style eye. I got my journal out too. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. Actually, I think I'm going to change the vibe, you guys. I do love a good lo-fi beat. I think it might be a little distracting for me, though. Yeah. So let me get back to the chart. I'm sorry. I'm saying that like you guys will be in the other videos still, but you will never see it. But I had started recording. I wanted to check in with you guys. As always, thank you so much for being here. I have like no monetization or any kind of goals with the channel except to connect with soul family, to help each other through these evolutionary, tight like bottleneck pockets. You know, we support each other. We all go through these different dark night or of the soul or like transmutation points and stuff. We need community. And I know sometimes it's hard to connect where you are with like-minded souls, and that's our purpose. We're connecting here so that we can lift each other up and support, help heal and activate each other. And then maybe that will help us like in the brick and mortar physical dimensionality, in a lot of ways. So, see now, listen, it's very Mercury retrograde-y over here today. Because now I feel like I just can't find any music that I like. I had to reset the video multiple times. Love and light. We're just going to go with it, you guys. But that's what it is, right? That's what it is, and that's real. We don't really edit and buffer and polish over here. It's what it is. How are you post eclipse portal? I think that mentally it's been very challenging, right? Because we will have Mercury and Pisces to swing back. Remember how we were talking about dipping back into the Pisces waters? So I don't want to say, maybe kind of like brain fog. It can just kind of almost be when we swing back into that Pisces. Mercury is the mental space. Mercury is the air, the communication. We're also in Mercury retrograde with it swinging back. So I don't know. I feel like the energy can be a little weird. It's almost like we will have with this ingress of Aries energy. We do have Neptune. You know, we're coming out of this portal where Neptune shifted into Aries. We do still have Sun in Aries. We're not in an Aries stellium anymore. We're not in an Aries stellium anymore. And then it's also good to remember, like, even the other Aries placement we still have is Chiron, right? Otherwise, it's just Neptune, which is a lot, very, very, very slow moving, you guys. And then Chiron, which in a little while will be done in Aries. But the point to remember is that we kind of almost went back and like a sizzle down. We still have 4 placements in Pisces. We also have Mars really slow moving. Remember, Mars has been doing work in Cancer. Excuse me, since Mars isn't retrograde anymore, but still is in Cancer. It's a slow moving Mars. You guys, you know, it's a slow moving Jupiter. The chart, the energy, we've been talking about this since the year opened, and now we're into the, Terra Gaia's organic calendar of New Year. It still is very slow moving. It still is very much Virgo energetic rulership of the year because of its connection to the Hermit card. That's connection to the year of 9, right? South Node Virgo. Okay. The progression, Spirit is asking me, I was talking about what was in my journal, so I kind of want to go back to that. But Spirit was reminding me, I'm trying to see, you guys. Let me just verify. Did Mercury actually officially go back, excuse me, into Pisces? Yeah. I was like a day or two. Y'all, now it's 111. That is wild. 101 and 111. I'm writing both of them down, love and light. Okay, we are definitely going to spiral into the chart, and I'm going to talk about what's in my journal. Spirit is taking me back, though, to remind you. Spirit is taking me back to remind you that, remember how we were talking about the way that the Gregorian calendar, the Roman calendar, which is, just please know, it's very inverted to work in very specific algorithms, spell work, and binding energetic work that has to do with an inverted tesseracts like Matrix and this inversion of Saturn, love and light. We rebuke all that shit. Okay. But I'm just saying, what happens is as we work up towards a leap year, it's like, okay. Oh shit. Oh, faster. And it's out of whack. And so oftentimes I feel what we experience the year after a leap year, I'll end up knocking this thing over again. Let me move it. I did get my water though. I was like, hell, I've lost the video again. So let me get my water. What happens is I feel like the year after we kind of come down. You know what I mean? It makes me think of getting out of a crazy toxic relationship or leaving a job or just a very disruptive. I'm hearing disruptive cycles. A banishment. Spirit is saying, interesting, a banishment of disruptive cycles. Yeah, that totally makes sense. Hello, South Node Virgo. But also very Neptune and Aries too, because Neptune Aries is giving very like, the Joker walks into the room and he fucking starts setting shit on fire. And he's like, love and light is for your spiritual highest and best good. And Pluto and Aquarius is like the flamethrower. If it's not serving your best and highest good and your authenticity, we about to redistribute the fuck out of this energy. And if it requires us to burn some shit down or completely obliterate habits or the routines that you approach in your day, or do you get what I'm saying? And you'd be like, how the hell am I supposed to respond to this? Well, we go very hermit. It's compassionate detachment. And it's like, okay, you know what? Say no more, fam. Like, I'll try that. Okay, Spirit. I'm rolling with it. Spirit. Excuse me. And just to set a quick little pocket of intention here, that over here we always, when we talk about connecting to Spirit, God, Goddess, divine source that connects and runs through all things, the ultimate ascended, closest to the light, the threefold flame, the energetic currency that abides in the law of one. All of these things, right? We are always connecting with spirit guides, our ancestors, both galactic and earthbound, and my team and higher self. The guides that I work with, that's always going to be supportive of the highest and best good and harming none. Any messages, any cards, anything we channel. Just trying to remind myself to kind of energetically refresh the space. I feel called to spray some Palo Santo. Ooh, I was doing some work this morning because when I tell you, we keep talking about it and it's going to be this way. Honestly, it's probably going to be this way for the rest of the year. For a while, Pluto and Aquarius as well, not just the recent energies. It's just things ain't going to be the way they always was. Okay. And it's just a rigid idea, old perspectives, Old paradigms. It's a lot of, and you get a tower, and you get a tower. What I find is interesting is I feel like a lot of people who had these spiritual paths and soul purposes and incarnations to elevate and continue their ascension path more up through the 4D, up and up and up. I'm hearing up to the 5D. Just keep swimming. I'm hearing it like that. It's almost like we had a bunch of towers first, so we could like work out, be in the spiritual gym, get our strong legs under us, because now a lot of people are going to continue to really have towers. And we're not, everyone just be mindful, Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde. Okay, big old slow moving, very powerful, very spiritual, very occulted, very mystical. I'm literally the entire ocean. I'm the galactic mothering consciousness, right? This is Neptune. Okay, all of this energy right now, I can just see how, again, I've said it before. Anyway, a lot of like mental and emotional projection. It's really tough. Like people are literally just, whole narratives just torn apart, very quick awakenings, or either karma is literally just coming down the pipeline. So I hear it. Remember Saturn, closer and closer and closer to closing out 29.4, almost 30 years of those cycles. So I'm not surprised to see it. Yep, banishment of disruptive cycles I heard very, very clearly. But yeah, I was just double checking to see, did Mercury actually go ahead and move back? Yeah, into Pisces territory, and it did. Interesting. We kind of have team conjunction. Everybody's grouped up, Saturn 24 degree, North Node 26 degree. And then Venus and Mercury right at 27, 28 degree marks. Everybody is very close. Once again, it's like we swung back a little bit to the dip of energy that we were at right before the sun moved into Aries. So that's very interesting. I'm seeing 1222. I'm hearing 222. Maybe that's confirmation of someone sees 222 or 222 a lot. Okay. What's the message with that? I'm just curious, Spirit. A reminder to trust the universe and have faith in the process, even during challenging times. Ciao. Woo! Stay in alignment with your highest intentions and desires. I like that. So it's like, trust your focus. It is very challenging right now, so I kind of like that. But yeah, I do find it fascinating that, again, we're in a Pisces stellium. We were at a split. I was talking about that this weekend. Was it Saturday? Whenever we were doing the chart reading for the new moon solar eclipse, I was talking about it was interesting. It was like a 4-on-4. Pisces split, Aries split, stellium. Wow. Now I'm seeing 333. I'm sorry, y'all. Has this been a thing for y'all too? Because I'm looking at the chart and it's like a 3 degree at the 33 angle. Anyway, I'm still going to write down 333. It's a number sequence I'm seeing on the chart. Interesting. Wow. 111 222 333. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. What? We do have a big activation point. Hold on, you guys. I'm looking at Saturn in the chart. Yes, a big trine. A big trine with Mars in Cancer, Saturn in Pisces. So it's like abundantly clear that we have to emotionally evolve and emotionally mature. That's the name of the game right now. If you're not really going back and dealing with emotional patterns, triggers, trauma, shadow, it's like you're how do we say, you're consciously co-creating right now, and you will just continue to mirror things. Spirit is saying, like, at a very rapid Let me put my card aside because I didn't get to read it yet from this morning. At a very rapid pace, you will mirror things and you'll be rapidly triggered so that it's like, you got to wake up. You got to wake up. We're not doing, nope. Thank you, Spirit. We're not doing that anymore. We're not doing it. Wow, Crystal Skull Wisdom again. This card keeps coming out, man. Keeps coming out. It makes me think of like integrating light codes into the skull, which then makes me think about like vibrational frequencies into the mental body, reprogramming. It's a lot of like mental reprogramming. We still are working with Jupiter and Gemini, by the way. It's almost like if you're not able to do your emotional maturity work, if you're not able to cord cut off those old South Node Libra, past chapters, Spirit said. I'm writing down emotional cord cutting. It's got to be done, because what will happen is we've got all of this plasmic light body activation. That's why I was opening up my journal to talk about. See, we also have Mercury and Venus in retrograde now, but don't miss that the solar eclipse portal that we just went through was the last bit of that North Node in Aries cycle. We started that cycle back in the beginning. I want to remind you once again of August 2023, what was going on. Think of the mental and the heart space. And what you want to look at is, where were the blockages? Was I projecting and causing blockages, or not doing my own shadow work and causing blockages? Or were people in my life, maybe karmic contracts, emotional bonds, soul contracts, if you resonate with maybe twin flame, soulmate, etc., could have been family, past, toxicity, karma, past life things, whatever. So you may have either had, how do we say? And again, we're reflecting on the closing of a cycle that was connected to this past weekend solar eclipse. North Node in Aries, South Node in Libra cycle closed, officially closed. The way that these eclipse cycles work is like you'll still be hanging your toes and finishing the work in that water, like really getting ready to close that door as we go into spring. And then you'll also be getting ready to sit down into the new energy, which is the Virgo energy. That will kind of have a lot of, well, I should say North Node Pisces, South Node Virgo, a lot of Virgo energy that will be in these eclipse portals going forward. But we were closing the door on those South Node, but also really deeply integrating a lot of those seeds that were planted from that total solar eclipse in Aries. But let me just say, August 2023, think about where you were in your heart and your mind and what was a blockage for you, because we also, the Venus cycle that we just ended, and we had that whole new Venus star point, that cycle began also in August 2023. So it's like this whole, the heart codes, the Stargate portal. You know how we always talk about your heart chakra is pumping rhythm around your body. It's the light codes, it's Archangel Uriel, it's the golden pentagrams that bring your divine inheritance down through your bone, body, and flesh, right? And you begin to then pump those codes back out into the field and that which you co-create. All right, that's your heart chakra. It connects your higher chakras. It connects your lower chakras. It's a portal. It's a gateway. Imagine you have a Metatron's cube that sits in there, and it pumps out, whoop, 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 right? These light codes. Okay, we integrated so much. We received, lots of seeds were planted. In fact, in 2023, the year of 7, we did all that emotional body clearing. We were talking about the waters, how to speak to charge the waters, to clear your waters. Because we were in preparation for those seeds that were going to be planted in the total solar eclipse in Aries. And we had all this Aries, a lot of Aries in last year's portal. And then also partnered with that work, please be mindful, right? This was 2024. Because remember, we were talking about cycles that go back to August 2023. So then in 2024, we worked with a lot of this Aries North Node and then Libra South Node. So what I'm trying to get to the point of saying is that we got a lot of codes reset in the heart, okay, which is your portal. And it dictates what you then begin to attract and co-create, you know, and magnetize into your life, right? So that now we could come into this year, right? We finish the work, the powerful integration of the remainder of those codes, and begin to activate them and bring that online through our DNA and through different crystalline light body, plasmic things, all the things, right? It's like we've been getting to a place where we can birth these codes, but it's within ourselves, if that makes sense. And now it's just wild to me. It's wild because now we keep dipping back into getting the last like juicy goodness of this Pisces energy before we really move forward. I mean, of course we are, again, until the end of May, we're going to have Saturn still doing the work of Pisces. Let me write under this. I'm going to write, dang, hold on. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I'm sorry. North Node Aries. That's right. Totally brain farted for a second. And then we were talking about Venus. Would not be surprised at all if you go back to August 2023 and you go, oh my God, I know exactly what was popping off at that time. I know exactly who I separated from. I know exactly what I left behind. I'm hearing tug of war. I'm hearing, came in like a wrecking ball. Da-da-da-da-da-da, wreck me. I'm also hearing, I know that you're wrong for me. Gonna wish we never met on day I leave. It's not your fault. Angels like you can fly down here with me. You know, that makes me think of interesting, because the whole angelic frequency thing that we've been talking about too, a tug of war. I feel like it's a tug of war because there are just so many things that were blocking the heart chakra portal. The heart chakra portal needs to be really open, clear, well grounded and rooted. But we can't reach up higher. We need strong roots, but the feeding, the lifeline is in that Stargate portal, heart chakra portal, right? That chakra. And then we can go up farther above the crown, which is where we need to go, Spirit is showing me. All the way up, soul star, Spirit's like saying, and farther. But we also have to be able to ground down farther. Spirit is saying farther than the root, farther. Earth star, Gaia gateway, deeper, right? Because we have to be well rooted, well centered to reach up higher. Higher is what's coming through right now, right? Pluto and Aquarius, North Node Pisces. Okay. It is important to, yeah, it's like a tug of war process, just because some of these things have been really stubborn to leave the heart chakra space. And that's due to old contracts. That's due to entities tugging on you as well. That's due to, unfortunately, black magic. Yes, it's real, okay? But that's fine. It's just for awareness. You don't have to be afraid of any of that shit. You just have your healthy spiritual routine and take good care of yourself. And that will do what it needs to do and return itself to sender anyway. But I'm saying it's not like you won't feel it. You know, that's why I bring it up. The tug of war, I think, is really going to be cleansing and clearing out. There's been a lot coming through with like dolphins and whales for me, even in dream space. But that makes sense to me as the collective continues to kind of rise and rise and rise in frequency and ascension understanding, traveling in the astral, reconnecting with their team and higher self, their star seed, their soul blueprints, where they came from, so to speak. Pluto and Aquarius, age of Aquarius. Our souls are reopening up to the Akash. And so I'm not surprised. You know, dolphins and whales always make me think of like the Akashics. They make me think of like healing through sound wave, vibrational frequency, singing songs through the water lines I'm hearing. There's been, I don't know, how do we say, it's like this, I'm seeing the Empress over and over and over again, number one, just all the time. Cards everywhere, all kinds of like, it's almost uncanny at this point. I'm going to write down the Empress. And it's just this idea of being very pregnant. The womb. But I feel like that has a lot to do with Venus and that star point and how we are getting ready to bring forth all these codes. We've also kind of been laboring, so to speak, pushing that Neptune is now pushing beyond that 0 point reset and ingress now into Aries. It feels kind of like a water break. A big move for the cosmic womb, the galactic grandmothers, you know, the spiritual galactic grandmothers to go into that fiery territory. It feels like the womb now pressing forward to kind of break through that water. It's like birthing this. I see it like a light body, like a light, excuse me, body that's very much, it looks like it's covered in plasma. And of course, I'm sure that's metaphorical for like plasma light body. And how we integrate things. Again, I'll continue to encourage you to learn about your fascia, some people pronounce it, in your body, and why it's important for us to move and stretch and let energy circulate so that we don't get stagnant, so that we can, it's kind of like if you had fiber optics, but in your body, and it's how we move all this light and these electromagnetics around our body. It's very fascinating. Because in tandem with that, I've also been hearing and picking up a lot on like the photon belt, the photons, the difference between like neutrinos and photons, but how basically we are in this huge convergence of timelines because of all this light and how we take it into our body. It's really interesting. I was trying to think like what else stood out to me. The Hathors have definitely been in the dream space a lot. A lot. I wrote, the Hermit's lamp is like a womb filled with light. The womb is the embodiment. Your body is electromagnetic womb space. Imagine all of the water. This gives birth to light code frequencies. They are crystalline. They are prismatic. Your light body is plasmic and full of key codes. Okay, these are things that I've just been writing down. You know what I'm saying? A change in the heart codes and the heart frequencies is now affecting what you want and what you will be attracting. Yeah, that's giving very... Venus shifts between Aries and goes back to Pisces, right? Mercurial energy shifts between Aries and goes back to Pisces. To me, it makes a lot of sense. I've definitely been connecting with some new blue avian frequency, which is very new for me. I think a lot of people have seen light language like at an all-time high influx. And I think that's really beautiful because I think we can experience and understand and have a lot calibrated and articulated in our spirit that we can't really put in the, Spirit says, the context of word spelling. I'm hearing less word spelling. Spirit tries to explain to me it's like a binding of your energy. Spirit is saying it's not comparable to a curse, but it's an energetic binding, and it limits you sometimes. Light language, singing, moving the body, meditation, humming, mantra, chanting, these are better ways to allow like your body to become more fluid with the light that's circulating through it. Ooh, interesting. We do have the moon in Taurus, pretty close to Uranus and Taurus, so it's a good day to kind of really be outside. And I mean, every day is a good day to be outside. You already know, don't get me started. Excuse me. So I hope that you're able to ground. I hope that you are rest as an all-time high. The name of the game right now is to pay attention to your home, your daily activities, how much of your energy you can call back to yourself, having great energetic boundaries, being very mindful of your health, your spiritual, mental, and body health. It's the year, it's like the epitome of a time cycle, an energetic cycle right now where it's like, oh, I'm just minding my own business over here, taking care of myself, renewing my foundations, reflecting on my priorities. It's big on being that kind of year. Let's read the crystal skull together again. I feel like it's came out at least twice. Maybe the other time was in a personal reading. Crystal skulls, clarity, divine healing, high vibrational energy. Crystal skulls are said to have been healing tools and wisdom teachers. Child, you see what I'm talking about? Lord. I've already mentioned more than once that this Mercury retrograde has been really challenging for me, and normally they're not. Crystal skulls are said to have been healing tools and wisdom keepers in the ancient civilizations of Atlantis and Lemuria. It's been very Atlantean and Lemurian right now. It really has. Which makes me think of spirit baths, salt baths are really good right now, okay? When a crystal is carved into a particular shape, it can bring healing and clarity to what it represents and uncover memories that could be essential to revealing truth. Therefore, crystal skulls are wonderful healing tools that bring clarity to the mind and healing to the headspace. This card transports us to an energetic space representing the crystal skull consciousness. It delivers high vibrational frequencies into our energy field so that we can experience clear-mindedness. If you have ever felt called to crystal skulls or have an interest in them, there's a possibility that you have connected with them in a previous incarnation. They are gateways to clarity and potential. Visualize yourself being transported to the heart of the stars and ask to be connected to the crystal skull consciousness. Take time to breathe and receive a direct transmission from the crystal beings. I was like, dang, can I take time to breathe myself? All aspects of your life are becoming clear at this time. Expect to become aware of what you need to step away from to have a more focused path. You may have felt indecisive, but now you are downloading direct guidance from the heart of Source so that you can live and express yourself in a more authentic way. Know that downloads often appear as your own inner guidance, encouraging you to move forward. The key is to recognize the calmness they bring. Yeah, calmness is absolutely important right now. I think it can be really easy with this tension between Aries and Pisces to want to be like, and then of course with this tight trine, Saturn is, and even Pluto connecting to Mars. What is the Pluto connection to Mars right now? Are they already did their opposition. Yeah. That was like the third in a set of three, but the way that Pluto opposed Mars and Saturn is trining Mars is Mars is really learning some important emotional lessons. Mars is also kind of sitting and processing like divine action, divine inspiration, willpower, and realigning those with the highest and best good and personal authenticity instead of like past life karma, what my family said I had to do or what I feel driven to kind of martyr myself for others. A lot of dynamics are really being evolved out of Mars. Mars and Cancer energy. It's tough. It's tough because there's water and it's almost like in Aries season. Once again, Spirit is having me reiterate. It's like we think that having this beautiful epiphany on your I am that I am, your crown chakra, your divine inspiration. I do want to be bold. I do want to be courageous. You know, I'm really inspired. And you can be, and it's actually very beautiful and timely, but it doesn't mean you have to be in a hurry, right? It's almost like we got to reprogram ourselves, excuse me, and how we connect to time, how we connect to, you know, kind of partnering our actions and our movements with wisdom and discernment. It's very interesting. Spirit is pointing out to me, we're still working on the last decan. We're at 24 degrees with Uranus and Taurus. Uranus and Taurus still, is it involved in this? Hold on. Wait, because I thought, hold on. Oh, it's a sextile. Okay, so it's helpful, though. It's still very helpful to Mars. While Mars is trining Saturn, the sextile with Uranus, it's like, hey, I got some tools. Let's get at the table together. Let me help you out. Yeah, there's a grounding there. You may find grounding in unexpected times. You may find that the things that you've learned the value are different than what you thought, are really helping you process some of these emotional lessons. Literally just dead ass go outside more often. It's a lot of overwhelming emotional energy. It's a lot of honestly just exhaustion in the collective. Eat good foods, get grounded and nourish yourself, and kind of ask, literally, I'm seeing literally putting your hands on the earth, you know, sitting down, asking Gaia, like, Gaia is a very highly evolved, high frequential soul and spirit, ascension being. Ask for help kind of thing. Like, help me ground out some of these emotions, this energy. You know, to be honest, I don't know what direction to go next. And it's okay to say that. Because a lot of this energy that's going to continue to unfold this year, guys, is going to be like, we've released a lot of karma and karmic contracts. We've cut the cords on a lot of toxicity as far as emotional bonds go. And we are integrating like so much light, so much higher frequency. We're in this ascension energy, right? It's a lot. Like, it's a lot going on. The collective is being purged a lot. Society, politics, child, anywhere you want to fucking name it. Pluto's in Aquarius is not going to play around. Look around and see. Everything's getting liquidated. Everything's getting washed out. The karma has to, you know, reset. It has to be served out and then reset for the next X amount, 29 to 30 year patterns. And it's just how it goes, you know. It's like we're exhausted. How much longer are we going to be cleaning this house out? And, excuse me, it's a process. And it really depends on what kind of soul contracts and what kind of cycle in your life you're in. Maybe you're seeing this wash out with family. Maybe you're seeing this come down the pipe with relationships. Do you know what I mean? Like, it can be so many different things. So just be patient with yourself and make sure that you're just like resting as much as possible. I think really the name of the game is like, how can you value your time, energy, focus, attention? Top tier. It's top tier compassionate detachment time. Child, hello. If you want somebody to teach you, ask an Aquarius. We'll show you how. No, I don't hate you, boo. Like, not at all. But it's game on time when it comes to wisdom, discernment, and compassionate detachment. Okay, because I just can't. I've got to be in a focused place. It's like somebody sitting here trying to draw out plans for a whole new scale of a whole new type of building. No one's ever seen this shit before. We got to be able to live in it. We're building it from the ground up. We just wiped everything. We just did a full ass controlled burn. That's where we're at. It's controlled burn time. Okay, so it's important to find the health and the grounding in the places that are different than what you thought they would be. It's important to liquefy. It's important to pack light as much as possible. It's important to have that light within, okay? And it needs to be from the spirit all the way down when it comes to alignment. You know what I'm saying? All aspects of your life are becoming clearer at this time. Expect to become aware of what you need to step away from, to have a more focused path. You have felt indecisive, but now you are downloading direct guidance from the heart of Source, absolutely, so that you can live and express yourself in a more authentic way. Very Pluto and Aquarius, very Neptune and Aries, right? Know that downloads often appear as your own inner guidance, encouraging you to move forward. The key is to recognize the calmness they bring. This is a time of clarity and connection. Crystal Skull Wisdom is here to bring clarification to what you have been receiving within. In order for the next phase of your journey to unfold, you must follow the information you have received. Yeah, there's a time where it's like you stop and you begin to plan, you begin to restructure, you begin to implement. You don't keep, and that means you make different choices, and you don't keep involving the same people. You don't keep repeating the same mistakes, because at some point you're going to realize, I'm co-creating this, and I keep co-creating the same patterns because I'm not making different choices. Where does the healing need to occur? Am I lacking self-awareness? These are the things that Saturn will continue to help us walk out to the ends of you need to let this go. You need to emotionally mature here. It's time for you to evolve to a bigger dream. It's time we're not playing small here anymore, okay? We're not. To be quite honest, in a lot of unexpected ways, some shit is really going to smooth out and ebb and flow like the ocean. And then some shit's really going to catch the fuck on fire. And that's what it is with Neptune and Aries, right? Our spiritual grandmothers, our team of galactic ancestors, they didn't come to play around, okay? And we just don't. We don't have the energetics and the schematics that we're working with and the things that need to be cleared off the board. We really just can't be playing like that, you know? If you've been asking for a sign that the healing work you've been doing has been successful, trust that this card is a message that is the message you've been waiting for. Okay, very interesting. Crystal Skull energy. Let's shuffle some tarot cards before we go. What are we at? 41? Okay. Yeah, it's been very, very interesting with blue avian frequencies, with dolphin. Like one morning I woke up and I thought I was hearing clicks. Having dreams about being in the water. I mean, once again, I'm not surprised with Neptune making such a big shift. I do want to remind you too, Neptune is very slow moving. This is not one of those placements where this type of 0-point reset happens and then you're like, in a week, wow, this spiritual illumination and all these things started crumbling down and I just felt like I was so evolved. No, it's a slow moving energy. It's a slow moving energy. It is. I think we will notice definitely some shifts once Saturn goes across that 0-point reset at the end of May, okay? I was going to shuffle some tarot here. Spirit guides, ancestors, team, always in service to the highest and best good and harming none. Is there... Whoa, what do we got? Six of Cups for me is very much like a twin flame, emotional bond, karmic. It's like a healing. Past, present, future me. You know, if big me now went back to little girl me, little boy me, and said, here's a cup of healing, what would that look like for me? This is also someone from your past. This can also be just healing of past relationships that have now helped you evolve into your present self. I love to see Ten of Pentacles. That's always my trigger for like divine inheritance on this card. But the thing is, and Saturn will always remind us of this. Now, let me tell you, Neptune's going to trump Saturn every time because Neptune's like the ocean. That would be like Saturn trying to say, but I'm the gatekeeper and holding these little golden gates, right? And then Neptune's like, whoosh, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like Saturn kind of helps Neptune say, okay, listen, this is the dream, though, that collective is saying they want to birth. Okay, these are the boundaries that are required. You did agree to incarnate into this denser dimension. Yes, we are ascending. We're absolutely redefining what it means to be having a human experience, even though we are divinely sovereign. And Source is going to be palpably and powerfully there with us with Neptune and Aries, for sure. But I'm saying we still have bounds. We still have bounds because without certain agreements when you incarnate as a soul into this form, into this realm, onto this earth school plane, you can't really play. You know what I mean? That's like saying I'm going to sit down and play my Switch. but I don't want to use the game because, okay, that's not how it works. Then you can't play. Maybe we all come together and we sit down and have a meeting and we say we would love for the game to play different. We're not really fans of fucking with this style of gameplay. And then we decide to upgrade the models, right? This is what we're in the process of. Okay, Spirit is chuckling. They like that metaphor. But yeah, there are still bounds. Saturn will always teach us about that. And we will upgrade to new bounds when Saturn goes into Aries. Again, we always remember the spiral. Oops, Spirit said, don't go counterclockwise. You're right. I'm tripping. We spiral, and we spiral up like a staircase. So when Neptune goes up 165 years, very slow up, Saturn is doing the same thing 30 years. So you get to start up on a higher tier is what I'm saying. So have hope. A 10, sets of 10s, stairs. Spirit is saying, what if the stairs were built in sets of 10? Spirit is showing me tree of life stacked on tree of life on tree of life. Of course, the true organic tree of life has 12, okay, not 10. We can't get into that lesson today, but just go with me in that. The spiral vortex, tree of life, tree of life, tree of life, tree of life, right? We're receiving all these different levels of divine inheritance, and they do involve healing. And they do involve letting old past versions of ourselves, old past emotional bond connections go. Or else it's like we can't really step up to the next tier to receive the divine inheritance. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Three of Pentacles, yeah, we're going to be building. I'm gonna put her under here a little bit. Three of Pentacles, because she a little bear. The healing leads to the new rebuilding is how I hear it like this. We may find, I don't know, there's an ebb and flow of emotions, okay? I feel like Spirit is really wanting to, with the tree of life stacked on the tree of life, Spirit wants us to build, connect anew, build anew. The Nine of Wands is really passionate, really inspired to come in with fresh new, Wands, the fire element, that's your passion, that's your courage, that's your inspiration to create. Channeling creative energy right now, thinking of how you can teach and exchange, build and learn together. We all have different divine inheritance. I hear it like that. This is interesting. We have 2 nights. Okay, just on a very mundane level, let's just be mindful, everybody, of who we let rushing back in. I don't know. It's interesting. They're both like going towards each other. Not really trying to have night level offers on the table right now because we're at a different tier. Okay, so that's just as a side note for someone as far as emotional bonds and new connections go. But it feels very inspirational with Knight of Wands, Knight of Cups. It's like romance, the idea of magic. Get back into your rituals. Practice. Remember, we always taking it back in this Virgo energy. We're always taking it back to what's your daily routine? How's your spiritual hygiene? How's your ritual? Do you feel led to reconnect to the moon, to the sun? Maybe we've got 2 of Pentacles. There's a lot of new energy coming in so that we can heal together, but also rebuild new things together. Of course, Spirit is saying that's why we completed all those Pluto and Capricorn contracts, because now Pluto's in Aquarius. We're going to redistribute the energy. We're going to help each other collectively. We're going to build new things in new ways together, okay? This is like the passing of a guard. We've said that a lot too. We've said that phrase has come through a lot. Be open to new creative ideas. I think a lot of creative energy is going to come through. 8 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles. I feel like there can be a pull, of course. There can be a pull of energy. There can be a pull of energy on people, places, things from the past. That's just, it's establishing new routines and new habits. Yeah, definitely. Pay attention to realignment with the moon cycles and continue to do banishing work. Okay, what did we say? Banishment of disruptive cycles. We said that up here. Yeah. Some of us, lots of us, okay, yeah, a lot of us have already left these behind. And I feel like because of these pentacles wanting to flow out onto the table, okay, this is new abundance coming through. You can see this prosperity and abundance coming down in different ways. It just depends on how you co-create that in your own life. Prosperity and abundance don't always mean money to everybody. I mean, of course, we got to do what we got to do to eat. And that's like, yes, we all understand that. Something just flipped. Hold on. Wheel of Fortune, I feel called to put up there because it's just a lot of cycles closing out. These are, of course, the fixed sign on the table. Shout out right now for sure if you're a Pisces or an Aries. Okay, woo, because child, how are you feeling? Also, if you're an Aquarius, Pluto and Aquarius, age of Aquarius. Ooh, but we have fixed signs on the board too. We have Scorpio, Leo, Taurus. Taurus came up twice before because we were talking about the moon in Uranus. So big Taurus energy, big Pisces energy, obviously big Aries energy. Aquarius and Scorpio, yeah. Leo, I didn't even say Leo. That's interesting. 10 of Wands is going to come out too. It's just double confirmation of completion of cycles because I pulled 10 of Wands from my own journal this morning. Yeah, do you feel the completion energy? It's really coming through big. It's really coming through big. And if you need additional spiritual cleansing routines, again, Mercury and Venus swinging back into the Pisces energy is going to help you out a lot. Okay? With so many things closing out to help you rebuild, to help you refresh and receive inspiration. Please just slow down. We're not in a space where we need to be. I'm seeing a circus person, you know, I got the plates in my hands, I got the things on my feet, and I was da, 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 da. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're slowing down. We're being very intentional. Quality, 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 not quantity, quantity. We talked about being more. Okay, being more. That means, yeah, you're talking about you don't understand. No, that just means you have to say no to stuff. That means that you have to be more wise with what you have. If you want to call your energy back to you, but everything that you have slips through your fingers like sand, then you're going to have to go out and chase more to support, or to do. Again, with the doing, Spirit is like, no, just the being. The birds, the rivers, you know, being outside, nourishing your body can actually be very simple. Nourishing your body is coming through a lot. Of course, very Virgo though, right? Yeah. All right, you guys, I think I'm going to leave it here. But yeah, there is a lot of completion here. So I would definitely consider if you'd practice cleansing and clearing routines and rituals. I did a lot of updating on my shop. So when you go to my shop, you should be able to see a lot of my like regular things. I'm super pumped because I did complete and get everything shipped. Check me out if you ever get a chance on Instagram. But I am going to be featured in the alchemy box. So I'm super pumped that I got all that done, and I was very nervous, but I'm very excited she received everything. And yeah, so that's super cool for me. If you want to celebrate, throw me some good energy out into the universe. But if you visit wildwanderalchemy.com and you go to the shop, there's lots of things uploaded there. Tapers, misting potions, powders, my Appalachian white water that everyone loves, an opportunity to claim where I make custom oils for you. Anyway, all the good things, and I'm so excited and thankful for you guys. What do we want to do? Okay, we're going to do Dream Song. Whoop, sorry. So I was just going to say spiritual cleansing. However you do that. Do you do it as a bath? Do you smudge? Do you have different mopping practices and cleaning practices? Whatever you do in your house, I would do that. The Neptune and Aries, the Aries push, the beautiful washing, those last, it's like washing your hair just a few more times. Oh, thank you. Wow, dang. Craft Your Focus is coming out. Have tea with the birds. Not me talking about listen to the birds. The birds are in the music in the background too. Okay, Blue Avian's coming through. Very, very strong. I told you. Whoop. blue avian starseed energy, but blue avian spirit guide energy can be really helpful in spiritual cleansing too. Maybe you just prefer to do meditations. Whatever it is, though, I would definitely focus on that. It is still a wonderful time to do road opening work. It is still, if you want to do road opening work, I always tell people and clients in one-on-one work, do cleansing first. Hold on, guys. Sorry. I don't even care. Like, love and light, okay? And you know I'm always talking to you respectfully, but look, do cleansing. I don't even, do you smudge? Do you meditate and do like white light practices around your home? I don't know what you do, but please do that. And then if you want to do road opening work, or like, I call it incubation work, where I use powders and oils. If you're practicing ritual, maybe you're just meditating or love and light, however you do your work. I love that for you. I can only talk about what I know, though. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, I just sipped my coffee. Incubation work, I think, is really good, where maybe if you're working with a candle, or like I said, dressing a candle with oil, or whatever it may be, your intention setting and like your vision work is centered around incubating what is maybe growing up as a new little baby seed in your life. What you are maybe setting the intentions that will sprout soon. Something like this, you know what I'm saying? Something that's in a gentle beginning phase, a tender baby phase. You want to protect it and nourish it, but you still want it to grow and be very prosperous. So incubation work, I think, is great. Yeah, and road opening work, removal of obstacles is really excellent right now. Looking at this energy, for sure, for sure. So, yeah, alternative new ways to look at your finances. Practice, I would tell anybody everywhere, practice liquidation in any way that you can. Just be mindful, because I can see the underlying energetics for impulsiveness, you know, and just spiritual bypassing, checking out. So just be mindful to stay grounded, okay? And take good care of yourself. Move your body to get this energy out. Mars still in Cancer. Mars is just itching. Ooh, 23 degrees. He wants to be in Leo so bad. I feel like when Mars moves to Leo, what's the date on that? Let's look, you guys. Child, let's look. Because I think that's something we need to be mentally prepared for, just kind of in the background. Hold on. Because I feel like, ooh, he's going to pop off. That will be on the 18th. Yeah. Because, guys, like, Mars has been in Cancer, what was that, beginning of January? January the 6th. Child. Retrograde started. He'd have been retrograde since December, you guys. Went into Cancer January. Ooh, he is just going to be ready to pop off April 18th. He really is. So I feel like we need to just make sure we are doing that good work, because it's going to really be a surge. It's really going to be a surge, and it's going to couple up with a lot of these other big movements that we've had. Hold on. I can't remember what's the last day. Oh, child. That's very interesting. Honestly, I think it's going to be for our best good that the day after Mars goes in Leo, the sun will move out of Aries. You'll have one day there. You'll have one little overlapping day, but honestly, I would just be concerned that it would be way too much. Like, like we're skipping gears. We're just yeeting out somewhere. Like, maybe that's a little bit for the better. Okay, love and light. I like that we will roll into a nice, good, beautiful, lovely, deeply grounded Taurus season, and then Mars will be there in Leo. So I think that's for the better. So, well, we will still, I think, have, you know, Mercury and Venus pass back over that point for like the third time in Aries territory, but it'll be interesting. I think it'll help calm it down that the sun won't still be in Aries. But okay, let's read Craft Your Focus. I want to say this card has been out a couple of times too, for sure. Your vision is a magnifying energy source, amplifying. Let me pause and say that I think that vision work is super, super, super important right now. It's very important. Because there's just going to be heavy propaganda. Heavy, please, we are desperate to fucking tap in and eat off of and drain off of and get a piece of your shame, fear, and guilt. What do you mean you're evolving? What do you mean you're ascending? Oh no. So the projection is high. The energetic ritual, spell work, black magic, all the ugly bullshit that does not have anything to do with us, that we return to sender as necessary. We rebuke it. We ground it. We alchemize it. Okay, but I'm just saying, you'll still sometimes will feel the gunk. So, just child, be mindful. Vision work is super important, though. Keep your vision very strong. North Node in Aries wants to help you with that, okay? When you wish upon a star, right? I'm sorry, North Node in Pisces is what I meant to say. In any given moment, you have one choice. You can turn your gaze towards what you don't want, what isn't working, what you are fearful of, and what you worry about. This is giving very Abraham Hicks, okay? Excellent to listen to. And I will never advocate that it is toxic positivity. I really won't. Because of a lot of things that have to do with energetics, a lot of the laws of, like hermeticism, a lot of things like that. There's a lot of things that people love and like should really respectfully study more and understand before they say stuff like that. Okay, I don't advocate for anyone literally standing there getting hurt and doing certain things. And there's places where you draw the line, but honestly, I digress. Abraham Hicks is great, and this is giving very much that energy. You can turn your gaze towards what you don't want, what isn't working, what you are fearful of, and what you worry about. Or you can look at what you treasure, what you love, what you hope for, despite what reality tells you is possible. And either way, what you focus on grows. Child, because I'm going to tell you, either way. Are we going to keep looking back at the past, or are we going to look at what we're building? Are we going to keep carrying other people's karma? Or are we going to work on our own healing and our own refreshing new magic and our own creative inspiration? Are we going to tarry back to the cup and just, every time you turn around, you know what they say about manifestation and creative magic and vision work. Every time you look back, A, you risk getting frozen in your tracks. And B, you're telling the universe you want more of that. So let's not. We want to live up here. It's where we living up here, okay? We living up here, all right? I love you. Look at all the healing we've done living up here. These and these pair very well together. Two of Pentacles and craft your focus, okay? Now is the time to use this very simple power to direct the energy and flow of your experience. Okay? When you focus on what you already have with gratitude, what you want with love and appreciation, you then create the energy version of your vision before there is any proof in the material world. This moment invites you to consciously choose your focus. And then, child, once you start doing that, you better be ready. And then mess around and start writing that down. And then writing thank you to the universe and to your team and higher self and your spirit team and everything before you even get it. Ooh, you might mess around. Change your whole life. All right now, but it's important to understand that you are manifesting and doing vision work from a healed space and not a wounded, traumatized, revenge, fear, shame, guilt-filled, ugly space. Because, child, we don't want to be repeating karma at this point. That's all I can say. All right, so I love you. So excited. Always enjoy checking in with you guys. And I'm going to get back to my one-on-one readings and work. I look forward to talking to you soon. Hey, if you made it here, thank you so much for being a ride or die. Go check out my website and tell me. Give me some feedback and tell me what you think. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.